No music. We're gonna listen to and hear them out. Full screen that hoe. And yeah.
Yeah, so I try to make this.
How's audio?
Careless Hunter season 31. Already this ready 32, right? Well, because someone asking me, can you make the Hunter Careless? Okay, this is my only opinion. I think I can solve this one.
Audio's good.
But
2xp, please. You guys have suffered from TikTok.
From I think they're
Get
from
some
the
attention
Esther.
span. Y'all be alright. It's an 11-minute video.
This one. This if
You know what? It's too early to say. It's too early to say. So I'll let that slide. I'll let that slide. It's too early to say. For sure. Judging by how her performance is.
Also the second one, yeah, of course, operasinya Rasi, FNC already getting nerf. I don't know why still so.
Ivy's cooking folks and tourney, yeah, but the thing with Ivy cooking folks and tourney is because the survivors right now, they're in a learning curve because none of them actually like learned counterplay or are putting proper comps for how to face an Ivy round 1 and an Opera round 1. Like there's a lot of solutions, there are a lot of characters that mesh well to face either in round 1. Nobody knows the counterplay yet. I know the counterplay because I spent fucking 3 months on her release studying her. I spent 3 months studying her. And I tried getting you guys to learn about it, but you guys are like, no, she's not out yet. We don't need to worry about it. And now we're gonna have to do it all over again. So she's S tier right now in tourney. In this moment, by statistic and by definition, yes, as of now, she's quote-unquote S tier in tourney. But don't take that as official because remember, the statistics for her win percentage are skewed because of the fact that it's a learning curve for survivors. Like we have like IGL right now, which is the only current like official IDV tournament going on at the moment. Like the Japanese survivors are running like shit like Seer and Forward, and Ivy's just taking advantage of it. Like they're running Patient and whatnot, knowing that there's like an Ivy out there. So it's like they're running very Ivy friendly comps and she just takes advantage of it. They're not playing comps that can do good against both. A win is a win, yeah, but you can't like, because it's like by that logic then Opera's the best hunter in the game, not like, because we got to think about it, Opera's the best hunter in the game because of how well she's aged. Opera, when she first released, it was guaranteed 4K, 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 4K. Then survivors started learning, and then she started becoming more of a draw hunter. But even though she started becoming more of a draw hunter, she can still win. She still has very high win potential. Like, you still need to play it picture perfect against an Opera or you will just lose. Ivy doesn't have that same kind of thing. You can get away with little mistakes as an Ivy, against an Ivy. Obviously, you can't fucking, like, you know, die to her in 30 seconds, like, you know, get terror shocked on a rescue. Like, obviously, like, those mistakes will cost you matches. But you can get away with smaller things compared to Opera Singer, who, like, punishes you heavily in almost every way.
Strong. But no, too, people did still gonna play because I see in tournament people still can betting, but mostly they can guarantee that draw this because these two hunters that have potential to make it secure to 4 kill, I think, because in tournament it's very hard to get in 4 kill in that time, so they release this hunter is very strong.
Type shit.
10 Wu again. Actually, I don't know. This nerf gamekeeper is not really say that make he become A or become S because
No, Gamekeeper's not S tier. Gamekeeper's really good in tournaments. Gamekeeper's not S tier. I'm sorry. Gamekeeper's like high of A tier with how the meta is right now tournament, but he's not S tier. He's not S tier. Gamekeeper's literally used because he's a gimmick. You just play it really safe against a Gamekeeper. You treat Gamekeeper now like you did Bon back then. Somebody dies too short, you deprive him of present, and you just sell and you get your draw like that. He's not. But the hook Zeus. Okay, no. If we're talking, Gamekeeper's hook is the SSS tier. Gamekeeper's hook is triple S tier. Okay, Gamekeeper is not Gamekeeper's A tier. I'm sorry, Gamekeeper is just not. He's not S tier. I'm sorry, he's not S tier. He's a full-on chase hunter, but he's a baby opera pretty much, like in this quote-unquote meta. Like he's a miniature opera in the chase sense, but he doesn't have the same mobility in early game. You can really abuse a gamekeeper in the early game to just prevent him. Because remember, gamekeeper's true ability comes from his full presence. If you keep him from that full presence, then it's like, well then he kind of just is he's kind of just there. Like been a lot of tournament matches where gamekeeper doesn't even get full presence up until like I want to say damn near like a cipher left, and that final cipher is at like 50%. It's just a matter of how like safe you play it. Like if you play it aggressive and you're playing an unsafe comp, it's not gonna go well for you. It really isn't. Okay, so only the hook is triple S tier. Yeah. What if I want warp? I think warp gamekeeper is good, unironically. I think we might, but right now in IGL we haven't seen any gamekeeper just because they're all just been spamming Ivy to get to get more experience with her.
As I remember, this Bene is like in tournament is gonna be as I remember. Do you know the GG Swamp Top he playing gamekeeper the first round?
Warp, yeah, warp is allowed. Guys, IJL right now, everything's allowed. Cheerleader nerf came in, except Puppeteer's allowed, Ivy's allowed, warp is allowed. The only person that's not allowed is Fire Investigator, because Fire Investigator came out in like May. So Fire Investigator is the only one that's not allowed. Everything else is allowed.
One. And also for kill to also people starting to play gamekeeper. Yeah, I mean this gamekeeper is very strong.
Yeah, gamekeeper is.
Okay, so okay, I think the last one I just put this Dream Witch, I think.
I'm sorry. For all my Dream Witch players out there, she's not S tier anymore. Not in tournament. She's not S tier anymore. She's not S tier anymore. I'm sorry. The one Dream Witch match that we saw in IJL, she barely got a draw. She barely got a draw. Who's the video from? Devastary. Again, I'm just unsure. Like, I'm assuming this is tournament because Gamekeeper is up with Opera Singer, and like in a ranked tier list, you probably wouldn't have Gamekeeper that high. And people in the comment section were talking about tourney, so I'm using like tournament logic behind this. I'm not using rank logic. I'm using tournament logic. If it turns out I'm wrong, well then boohoo, you still watch the video anyway. You still learned something. So, you know, I don't know. Also, guys, make sure you have your water. But yeah, Dream Witch she's just too formulaic. Like, everyone knows what to do against a Dream Witch, the ins and outs. Like, Dream Witch is quite literally just a skill check hunter. She's just a skill check hunter.
Yeah, Dream Witch should be kind of like for kill because she great control hunter. So I think yeah, she is hard to play, but I can say she is great. So in tournament, I see many people still playing Dream Witch, especially Sprinter. I remember his Dream Witch is very overpowered.
Dream Witch is basically the same thing as Opera. She got pretty much down to a T, and she heavily relies on people just making mistakes. Yeah, but then also Opera has a chase to back it up. Like a Dream Witch doesn't, aside from the patrollers. And every survivor should, every competitive survivor should know how to kite out a patroller by now. Like, if you're in competitive and you don't know how to kite out and time a patroller, then I don't know, like, what you've been doing with your time playing competitive. Genuinely.
Power. Okay, the next one I think shall be that only, right? Yeah, I think shall be only that then. Yeah, so I think only that the S tier for now. For this, I don't know this season, but I just made this 31. Because there's like Neo Hunter, there's name like good.
A tier. Okay.
But it's like good. Good is like, is that the twin from this?
I don't think this is ordered either, so I'm not gonna pay too much attention to the order.
Make this one. I think actually I don't know about this one, but I just put. I think I just put this Bonbon. Bonbon
okay.
is great
yeah,
hunter.
Sure.
Because it's meaning like mostly like secure draw, mostly like draw.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Actually Hermit still playing people, but I just put a Hermit in this one lah.
Yeah, Hermit.
as their hunter, because Hermit is still great hunter.
Hermit's so
Actually, I don't
fucking
know, should I
annoying.
put this Hermit in S or A? But because he just like 50-50, so if you can great chasing with Hermit, you're gonna be 4 kill for sure. But if you cannot chasing anybody, it's gonna be 4 escape. That's why it's like 4 escape or 4 kill, because it's
I agree with that logic. I agree with it. I can also see the argument for Hermit S tier and tournament wise, because like he really is just that destructive, especially in endgame, where people really need to start watching out like the polarity that they share and whatnot. But I can also see it. Hermit really is just like a coin flip, like they're saying. Like it really just comes down to that. Like you either know Hermit or you don't. Like it's really just that simple. So I can definitely see it.
hard to
Yeah.
getting draw with this Hermit too. So the next one, I don't know. I think she'll be Itakwa.
Yeah.
Itakwa eventually she'll be he's no more meta, but he's still great hunter. I think Somani lah. Also this Epileptic after
Lizard?
both he
Buffed lizard? I mean, no, I can't see it. I'd put buff lizard in B tier. I don't see buff lizard being A tier. Nah, cause his early game is just so bad. His early game is just so bad. You kite a lizard out like almost like 9 times out of 10 as any competent survivor. Like a maxed out lizard, yeah, you know they'll know their jump spots and they'll know what they can abuse and what they can take advantage of, but it's like your only value as lizard comes from your full presence. Like that's really it. And it's like with the meta of survivors that are just able to transition easily or just tank multiple hits to outlast you even if you get that early hit on them, like he's like he just gets destroyed. Like he really gets destroyed. Not to mention his early game mobility isn't that good, which is kind of, you wouldn't expect that because you know he's a lizard, he jumps, but like his early game mobility is just not that good since his jumps are so limited.
is crazy. I mean strong too. Especially this Mamaketo. This hunter too.
Clerk?
This
Tournament clerk is okay, no, cause okay, tournament clerk, I could see the argument for A tier, but like I don't know. I would put tournament clerk in B tier. I'd put tournament clerk in B tier, just because like she doesn't have like she kind of suffers the like Ivy. She kind of suffers like from Ivy syndrome, cause clerk and Ivy are almost like 1-in-1 hunters. Like they're cut from the same cloth almost. They're cut from the same cloth, in which like it's hard for them to get their second hit after they get their first. The only difference with Ivy is that Ivy has more map pressure and map mobility compared to Clerk. Ivy, if she's getting kited, she can just swap to a new target in 2 seconds if she's like properly using her yift to constantly move. Clerk, just like if she can't swap targets, because if she swap targets, then the person that she was just chasing gets healed, the ciphers get done, she gets deprived from presence, she doesn't have her chase now, she doesn't have a down, like she just like it just stockpiles on her. Like that's it. Like she just can't handle it. Like I wouldn't put Clerk in A. Anne is fine in A tier. Anne is fine in A tier. Like Anne, in my opinion, Anne would be the very top of A tier because Anne is just the most consistent draw hunter ever.
Claire, yeah, Claire also got a great hunter. So I just put C in the A tier. And the next should be Ken Body Queen.
What 5-star should you get for Wuwa? Get whatever 5-star you want. They're all good. They're literally all good. If you want a broken support, Verena, if you want DPSs, any one of them, they're all good.
And Geisha. Actually, this like mostly like a draw hunter, I think, because this hunter that only have like
Blood Queen A tier tourney. Yeah, okay, I can see it just because of map mobility. Geisha A tier tourney, probably not. I'd put Geisha in the B tier. Because Geisha is kind of a coin flip. Geisha is kind of a fucking coin flip with tournament meta. Especially again with like, cause think like the current metagame of what we are, it's all survivability. It's all survivability and then Cypher Rush. So like every character that you choose on a comp needs to be able to survive and decode at least baseline without any debuff. And Geisha just is not like early game able to handle that. Hasha's Blood Queen, listen. Oh my god. I got another 5-star on 30 pity. This game loves me. It's almost like you should play the game, Pearl. Play the damn game. Geisha requires too much survivor mistakes. Yeah, and accurate butterflies, yeah. Never mind, I lost the 50-50. Yinlin comes out in like 3 days, so you have a guaranteed Yinlin now.
Like potential to getting draw. Then I just put this. Nayad also.
Nayad A tier, yeah. Nayad A tier.
C in the A tier. What's about Volgal? Actually, I don't know. I think this Volgal will getting buff because his debut in tournament is like very bad. I mean, not really can 4 kill. I mean, he doesn't have potential to 4 kill when I see in tournament. But in tournament, I see but still people.
This A tier is big, but like there's like 3 characters that shouldn't be up here. So like
he should be up there, right?
No, not even. Nope, I don't. No. Too inconsistent. Too reliant on survivor mistake. And too map dependent. Is it Deva's video? Yeah, this is Deva's theory. I'm sorry, Fool's Gold is not A tier, especially if this is tournament meta. Fool's Gold, while he has good mobility in the early game, he is too reliant on survivor mistake and he is too map dependent to actually be played to his fullest. Yes, a good Fool's Gold is annoying as fuck to deal with, but you can almost always draw against the Fool's Gold as long as you Cypher Rush. And guess what meta we're in right now? Cypher Rush. I had a ranked match literally today. I had a journalist who died to this Fool's Gold in 50 seconds and we still pulled a draw because I was just able to rescue and we had the ciphers. Like, Fool's Gold can't handle, and in tournament meta, oh hell no, like he can't handle that. Where survivors are supposed to be playing picture per, like no, he's not, he's too reliant on survivors fucking up, and he's too reliant on the map. You can counter comp a Fool's Gold so easily just by picking a map and survivors that can take more than 1 hit or can support. Because Fool's Gold gets killed by support. Because he has no way to defend himself. Any form of support or harassment he gets killed by. Every other hunter up here has a way. Nightwatch can just back away with the wind or force a hit. Hermit with stuns. Bonbon with bombs. Anne with her cats. Naiad with her with her abyss. BQ with her mirror. They all have some form of defense against harassment. You do not, and you do not, and you do not. So it's like, any form of support kills.
Thing. Yeah, should be A tier. Then the next one. I think it's Polon.
Okay, yeah, Wheel, yeah.
Polon is great hunter too.
Although Wheel is just coin flip, kind of like Hermit. If you're good at him,
Polon
it'll pay off.
Hunter, yeah, Polon, because especially is if you getting like set I don't know, like set about Chinatown, mulai River Park is gonna be great for him. I think I just put this for artist also.
Wax artist, yeah.
Robbie also good, and Scope.
Excuse me? Hell no. No, Axeboy, no. He struggles so much. Everyone and their mothers is in A tier. Like, once again, hyper transitional and survivability meta. Axeboy, it's very easy to loop him. There is literally a red line that shows you where his fireball is coming from. Unless the Axeboy predicts it, or the Axeboy is moving fast as fuck to where you can't dodge it, or you're interacting with something and he pulls it, like, no. I just pulled him again. And you know what's crazy, chat? Pearl is going to pull all of these characters, and then she's gonna uninstall the game and get bored of it. And then she's gonna just not... Like, she's just gonna not play the game. She's literally... She's not gonna play the game after this. She's literally not gonna play it at all. Looking at this, you think the game is heavily Hunter-sided? I mean, right now the game is Hunter-sided as fuck. 100%. Like, right now the game is Hunter-sided as fuck. Absolutely,
Sculptor,
so.
I forgot about Sculptor.
No. 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 No, Sculptor literally suffers from Axe Boy syndrome. This is not Season 12 anymore where she can rely on flow decoding. The reason why Sculptor was so good is not only was her full presence brainless and broken as fuck, but because back then the meta was 2 Rescuer. And what do Rescuers have? Decode buffs, which means Sculptor, decode debuffs, which means Sculptor had more room for error because the Cypher Rush meta was so slow back then. Now, it's heavy survivability and hyper Cypher Rush, which means if you make the littlest mistake as a Sculptor, you get kited for too long, your game is set and match. Because any good amount of survivors, when you're going to pressure Cyphers, guess what? The second the Chisel's they just won't decode. They just won't decode and they'll step away. Or they'll decode and just dodge your statues, because if they think they're that guy, then they're that guy. But like, while Sculptor has potential for Snowball with her camp and with her full presence map pressure, it's too much of a drag to get there. It is too much effort to actually get to that point. So it's not worth, especially in competitive.
I think she around like this, like this. I don't know the next. Actually, this is my opinion. I think you guys have different opinion with me, but just listening to me. The next one actually should be Joker, right? Or Spider first. Yeah.
Spider should definitely be A tier with her buff. Yep. Spider with her buff.
Actually, I don't know. Shall I put this Mad Ace in A tier or the B tier?
Okay, Clown, I agree with Clown in A tier competitively, just because Clown, like, if you're a maxed out Clown, like, we're talking like, you know, Wolves fucking chat, like, we're talking like Choai, like, we're talking, it's Choai, what, I forgot his name, Choai. We're talking Choai levels of good. Clown is A tier. Specifically though, specifically on Chinatown. Specifically on Chinatown. Like, yes, Clown in competitive, like, he cooks, because if you're a great, like, nobody practices for a Clown. No, like, because Clown practice is pointless unless you're facing a fucking, like, god tier Clown. You're wasting your time practicing against a Clown if it's not a good Clown. So because of that, Clown is just so good. Like, Clown in competitive, like, he's such a surprise pick that it's almost a draw all the time. Like, we saw it in Koa. Clowns were getting draws. Like, the only time Clowns were getting losses is when they would counter comp the Clown. And even then, they were banning the fucking Clown. So it's like, yeah, like, Clown, tournament-wise, I would put him in A tier.
Because Mad Ace is they power same like as their hunter, but because not many people playing this hunter, also you need to fast hand to playing this hunter. I think I just put in the B. I think, yeah. Okay, so I think this should be B.
The best Mad Eyes in the world got 4K'd endlessly against survivors simply because they knew what to do. He's not that good. I'm sorry. Mad Eyes is one of those hunters where he has potential to look good, but he's not. Mad Eyes is like a C tier. He's like a C tier hunter because you gotta respect what he can do at his maxed out potential, but it's like, he's not that good. He's not B tier. I'm sorry. He's like, I don't know. Like, I can't put him in there when I saw his performance in Koa, and it was just, aside from the one win on day one, it was lost. Like, I can't sensibly put him there. If you're a good Mad Eyes, then the serves are cooks. We had arguably the best Mad Eyes in the world get 4K'd endlessly in Koa this year. Like, Mad Eyes gets countered so simplistically, you literally just need to not feed him at all. He has 0 chase. His chase is blink, and his cipher pressuring is harder than most hunters. There is too much effort put into getting so little payout. I wouldn't put Mad Eyes in B. I'd put him in C tier.
Joseph BB.
Joseph and B.
But I see this.
I guess.
Wu Chang also got a great hunter too, so I just
Wu
put
Chang and
he
Turney.
in the B tier list.
Wu Chang and C. I'd put Wu Chang and C. Photo and B for Turney because Photo is a fucking cheese, and if RNG blesses him, then it's like, okay, well, what are you gonna do? But like, even then, that's a stretch. Like, I don't know, bro. If we're looking at B tier hunters, like right now, the hunters that should be in B tier are Clerk, Lizard, Sculptor, Axe Boy. Am I missing anyone? And Geisha. And then C tier should be these 3 with maybe Joseph hitting at low B tier.
Jake, actually Jake is not really worse.
Wu Chang got a 4K in Koa, okay, but like the survivors though.
But Hasters too. Actually, do you know Haster also topic in tournament, but because he already get nerfed, so no, this hunter. I don't know why I should put a B or C. I remember this villainess in tournament too, but I just put his on the B.
Guys, I'm the biggest Vio suck off on the planet. Vio is nothing higher than fucking C or C at like highball. Vio is arguably the worst hunter in the game right now. Vio is literally arguably the worst hunter in the game. Like, oh, he's not. I'm sorry, buddy. Nah, bro, Nightmare exists. I mean, at least Nightmare has map pressure, though. Vio just sits there.
This should be B lah. No. I
Perky?
Only more better than villainess.
Wait, he's ordering these. These are ordered.
Yeah, Nightmare. I don't never.
Oh my god, these are ordered. He just ordered these things. These are ordered.
See Nightmare in tournament first. I think because so still great hunter, but he just like controlling game. His late game is kinda overpower.
He just adjusted the order for Percy and Violinist. So do I assume now that this is all ordered? Like, do I assume that this entire tier list is ordered now? Because
Nightmare.
put Nightmare in C tier where he belongs. C or D.
Actually, I want to put all of them like this.
No chase.
Jack also great hunter.
Nothing at all. Nothing. Look behind you.
Aster
Nothing at all. Run in a circle.
and here. Yeah.
Literally nothing at all. Run in a straight line.
Actually, this is my opinion about their list. But if you want to getting C tier hunter, okay, I think C tier hunter should be, of course, Leo.
Okay. Wait. Chat. Okay. Wait.
Yeah, actually, Leo
Let him cook.
is like
Let him
great
cook.
hunter for Neo
Let him
fighter.
cook.
He has
Let him
like,
cook.
Ethan can help you to hit this survey. But in high tier, I not recommend to playing this Leo. Eventual Leo is still strong for me because his camping is very scary lah, for real. He is the best camping hunter after Bonbon because the data from information is hunter guardian camping. Then shall be Nightmare. Hastur today, I don't know how to play Hastur too.
Okay, okay. We're cooking. We're cooking.
Because so many Surfy can counter him, so that's why I just put he in C.
Yes. Yes. Now put Vio down there.
Because he can secure draw, I think, but not really, because so many that Surfy can compete him. But for real, today I confused you. I put this violinist to B or C.
Put Vio in C tier or D tier where he belongs.
I think I just put this one, then I just put
yes.
this one. I didn't
yes.
That one because
yes.
This is also hard hunter to play.
Yes.
So what do you think? So this happened if I just put C tier hunter. This only will actually.
Okay. Please check if that's from April 1st. This is from May 26th. I don't know, like, this tier list, like, inherently there's nothing wrong with the tier list because this tier list is, like, this is a lot of things that players like to do in this community. People like to look at the potential that a character has, not what the character does in actuality. I am a person that does not look at, well, the hunter could end up doing this if you do this and you meet this condition and then do this. No, I'm not about that shit. I am about what the hunter actually does. I am not, like, I'm not about that. I'm not about that, oh, the hunter could maybe end up doing this if this condition is met. No, it's about what the hunter actually does in a match on a consistent basis. Wu Chang, for example, on a consistent basis in a match, if you are playing with competent survivors, like, no, you're not doing, like, it's not good. Like, you're not, theoretically, anybody can be good if you use that logic. That's what I'm saying, and that's the logic that a lot of people like to use to cope for characters. If the geisha's good, if the Fool's Gold is good, if this character's good, well, yeah, obviously, you can apply that for everyone. By that, you can argue Nightmare in S tier if the Nightmare is good because he'll have good map pressure and he'll always be hitting his targets. But, like, we don't do that because that's not logical, and that doesn't give a good formula of that doesn't give a good sense of logistic of, like, what the character does in actuality. Like, it doesn't. It just blatantly does not. So it's like Mad Eyes C tier, Wu Chang C tier, Joseph, you could maybe put him there, Percy C tier, Vio, Ripper, Feaster, Hellenberg. Actually, I'll respect Hellenberg's camp. Nightmare D tier, like, all drop down. Sculptor B tier, Axeboy B tier, Geisha B tier, Fool's Gold C tier, Clerk B tier, Lizard B tier, Dreamwitch A tier, Gamekeeper A tier, Ivy undecided, high A, maybe S, and that's a huge fucking maybe. But, like, I don't know, like, I don't like using the logic of the hunter could end up doing this. Like, no, it's what the hunter does, what happens in actuality. Like, great, I'm glad that the hunter has the potential to do this great thing, but does it actually ever happen? Do we ever actually see it on a consistent basis? That is my logic. And people don't like hearing that shit, because then it requires them to accept reality that maybe their character is just bad. Is Ivy better than Opera? No, I would not. I would not say that. I would still say Opera is the queen of the game. Undoubtedly. Indisputably so. Indubitably so. The best hunter in the game.